Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Foilblade, and today we're going to be talking about a loadout that I am absolutely in love with. I really enjoy running this loadout. It is not my favorite loadout. My favorite loadout is my Ram 7 HDR loadout. If you want to see that, I have a video out for both weapons. But this loadout is probably my second favorite loadout to use. Let's go take a look at it. So, it's MP7 is my absolute favorite gun besides the Ram 7 to run as a main. I love the MP7. What you should run with it is the monolithic suppressor. It gives you sound suppression and damage range, both of which are super important. Sound suppression keeps you off the map. Damage range gives you a few extra feet of range, which helps you. It gives you a few feet where your maximum damage is still there. So on an SMG, that's really important because SMGs don't have particularly good damage range. The MP7 has one of the better damage ranges, but this helps extend it a little further and make it even better. The FSS Recon does almost the exact same thing as the monolithic suppressor, plus when it comes to damage range, but it also gives bullet velocity and recoil control. The bullet velocity is really good for this weapon because a lot of the times you're going to be trying to take out people quickly, and if somebody is firing at you and you're also firing at them at the same time, and you both have similar weapons, sometimes the bullet velocity can be what kills them and what kills you first. It also gives recoil control, which is really nice on this weapon. This weapon has really low recoil, but that barrel right there reduces what little recoil this weapon has to almost nothing. Tac laser. This one's debatable. I actually struggle deciding what to use on this weapon. Tac laser gives it excellent aim down sight speed, but 5mm laser gives you excellent hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. So it just depends. Is this going to be your weapon to replace an assault rifle? So like if you're running it with a sniper, you'd want to run tac. If you're running it with an assault rifle as a secondary, then you probably want to use 5mm. It's just what you're using with it. So like I said, if you're running sniper, use tac. If you're running an assault rifle or an LMG or something like that, run 5mm. Then I run 60 round mags because mag size matters in Warzone. The more bullets, pretty much the better when it comes to some things. Like obviously there's times when it's debatable, like on the kilo you have the option between the 100 round mag and the 60 round mag, and I choose the 60 round mag because it has a less bad damage, movement and aim down sight speed debuff. You could definitely use the 100 round mag, but if you're running it with, especially if you're running that kilo with a sniper or anything like that, you're going to really want as much movement speed as you can get out of it because you don't have any close range alternative. If you're running with an SMG, it's less important, but I still think the 60 round mag is better. And I run it with Merc foregrip because you get recoil control and hip fire accuracy. So if you didn't run the 5mm laser, this will give you some of that hip fire accuracy you didn't have before. And this takes care of what little recoil is left after that FSS Recon gets rid of it. Now you could change the underbarrel out for an optic, but in Warzone, that little bit of recoil can throw you off some. You could change out the 60 round mag for a 50 round mag, or you could change out the tac laser for a 5mm. But this weapon is really good as is, and I don't run an optic on it usually because the MP7's iron sights are really good. They're very clean iron sights. Anyway, moving on. To run with it, I have that as high alert. It should be ghost. To run with it, I usually start out with an RPG, and then I grab a sniper. I'm a sniper kind of guy. It's just what I like running. I absolutely love running a sniper with my weapons. I just think it's the best thing I can run because I'm decent at sniping, and most of the time when I die, it's not at close range. It's from somebody zapping me from a further range. So I know that having a sniper is going to help me out at those longer ranges. But you could definitely run this with a PKM. Would be an absolutely fantastic weapon to run with this, because the PKM, it's not going to do very good at close range, but it's going to do great at medium to long range. And this is going to support you in those close range engagements. And when you don't have time to reload your PKM, this MP7 will still work pretty dang good at medium range, so it'll serve you well there. But if I was going to run anything with it, I would say a sniper rifle, probably either the AX50 or the Car 98. The reason I say that is because you're going to want something that can support you a little bit at medium range. The HDR is not going to be able to support you super well at medium range. So if I was going to run any kind of rifle with this, I would probably run it with the Car 98 or the new SPR. Both of them are a lot faster than a normal sniper rifle. Both of them have aim down sight speed and mobility, and that's going to help you support yourself at medium range, because like I said, this weapon works great at medium range, but it's not as good as an assault rifle at medium range. So you may want a little bit of support there. And a Car 98 is absolutely fantastic for finishing off somebody that you just cracked and you ran out of ammo on your MP7. But don't get me wrong, I run it with an HDR. That's what I do, but that's just because I'm in love with the HDR. If I was going to say a tactical choice and not a preference choice, I'd probably say the Car 98. For perks, run EOD. I usually run EOD because I find that all the other perks in this slot just aren't that useful anymore. Double time is easily outweighed by EOD because you can slide cancel and get a similar effect to double time. It's not quite as fast, but you still get some of that extra speed. You could run cold-blooded, but not a lot of people run thermal optics anymore. And I think scavenger is kind of silly because most of the time when you kill somebody, they're going to be giving you ammo anyway. You're not going to need to just get free ammo off of them plus what they already had. EOD is, in my opinion, the best because it keeps you from taking... You can eat a C4 or a Semtex and not die. I run Ghost. A lot of people don't run Ghost. A lot of people run Overkill, and then grab Ghost later. I run Ghost first because I find it to be a huge advantage to immediately not be able to be seen by heartbeat sensors and UAVs. I know, I just feel safe that way, and I just like it. I don't usually run Ghost first when I am recording, but that's because I want to show you guys my loadout. I don't want to spend half of the match using just one of my loadout's weapons. And I usually run amped, especially with a class where you're running a close range and a medium range weapon like Kilo and a MP5 or a PKM and an MP7 or anything, you know, or especially with a shotgun loadout. You're going to want to be able to switch really fast. That way you can run it, you can break them, rush in, finish them off, take care of the whole thing. However, shrapnel is very, very useful too because you can kind of do the same thing. You can have two explosives, and instead of running over there to finish them off, you can just throw an extra explosive over there. It's just whatever you prefer. For your lethal, I usually run Semtex nowadays. You could run Thermite. It's really great for taking out vehicles, and it's really good for sticking to riot shielders. Proximity mine is still very useful for guarding locations and for setting on a highway before a truck is about to come to you. Molotov can actually be fairly useful against people in rooms, and frag grenade, if you can get the cook time down, is excellent. Claymore is like a proximity mine that doesn't kill vehicles as well, so I would just run proximity mine if I were you. For your tactical, I would run heartbeat sensor or stun grenade. Those are, in my opinion, the two most useful. Smoke grenades are pretty good when you're wanting to get away, but most of the time, in the time that I would have to try to get away, I'm probably already dead. So I don't really find them to be very useful. I usually run heartbeat sensor or stun grenade. Stun grenade when I'm feeling like being super offensive. Heartbeat sensor when I'm feeling like hanging back before I enter each building, making sure nobody's in there, being very, you know, tactical about how I do everything. Stun grenade when I'm just feeling like rushing in and saying screw it to the consequences. So that's my loadout for this weapon. Like I said, I highly recommend running it with a sniper or a very, very low recoil LMG or assault rifle. If you're gonna run it with a sniper, I would recommend one of the closer range snipers like the Car 98, the AX50, the SPR, and not the HDR. I'm not saying don't run it with the HDR. I'm saying if you're wanting to cover all of your ranges extremely thoroughly, I'd probably do that. But this works great with the HDR. I can attest to that. I use it all the time with the HDR. And the MP7, like I said, is a little bit malleable. You can change a couple things on it, but it's really good as is. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment if you have any loadout ideas. Tell me those, and I will give you as much as I can with those loadouts. And tell me if you want me to run something and test it out for you and see if it's any good. I'll do that. Please hit that bell notification. it will help you see my videos, so instead of having to go to my channel and look for my videos, you'll just get a notification every time I release a new one. And please subscribe, because that will just make it to where I have more subscribers, and that'll help get me out there. It'll help me get more views. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to have fun playing the game, be nice, load up, frag out.